guys, ladies changing out of anger, altering the birth certificate. It can be very consequential if you alter the birth certificate without proper knowledge. 7 minus 3.
I get a 4.
You get a 4. So now the 4 tells you that you must have order in your life. You must create order. Order will aid you a lot in achieving whatever it is you will achieve as a 7 or as a 3. The psychic number is the driver number. The psychic number is a birthday. Okay. So just to let it be known so that when I mention psychic number, they know it's a birthday.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, dear viewers and listeners. Welcome back to yet another episode of Beauty Lies Beyond podcast with me, Miriam Rose. I'm joined back in studio by a returning guest, a returning champion, Syokxx. If you haven't watched his other session, his other episode about numerology, we will link it down below. So today is a continuation of the same. So welcome back. I don't think you need to introduce yourself, but if you want, you may. Then we can jump right in.
No, it's good you've already introduced me. But I'm Syokxx.
You're Syokxx. So today, welcome. I wanted us to talk about a few things we weren't able to talk about last time. We'll talk about core numbers and names. I'm very intuitively led to talk about names. So I think we can start with numbers, right? Okay. Let's start with numbers so that we get it out of the way as a follow-up. So what are core numbers?
Well, when you talk of core numbers, we are now talking of Pythagorean numerology. Remember, there's the Chaldean as well as the Chinese numerology, which deals with the Loshu grid. The Bagua, the Loshu grid is actually the Bagua, which is used in Feng Shui. But now in numerology, it's also used in numerology. Now, when you talk of core numbers, we are now dealing with Pythagorean numerology. And the core numbers consist of, in respect to their importance, begin with the life path, followed by the expression. The expression is the name, the full name, as in from the birth certificate, followed by the soul urge, which comes from the vowels of your name.
The whole name, Badu.
The whole name, as in from the birth certificate. And then followed by the birthday. And last, the personality coming from the consonants of your name.
Wow.
So those are the core numbers in respect to their importance. Life path coming first is the major highway which one should take to fulfill their destiny. Like if you take that route, for example, if you are life path number 1, if you take the route of leadership and pioneering and founding and leading and guiding, then a lot of the sunshine will shine upon your path. Rather than you are life path 1 and you're operating in a submissive position. So you are off your main highway, okay? Now, followed by the expression. Now, expression is your name, the name given at birth. And a Pythagorean numerology, that is, it doesn't change. It doesn't change your nature. After marriage, adopting a new name will affect your relationship, will affect your nature in some way. But the name given at birth remains, you remain with that karma till death. But now, when we talk of Chaldean numerology, we are now talking about a different thing. We are talking about the name you currently use. Your nickname might have a lot of hold over you, if it is the nickname which is mostly in use on a day-to-day basis. So you have to understand all this. You have to understand the nature of all the names you're using. So in the case of a birth certificate name, even if you changed after, if you give a baby a name today and next year you change the birth certificate, that first name before changing really has a lot of consequences. And I have realized this when doing something called an essence. An essence is a deeper aspect of looking at a person's year. Remember, I'll come back to the sequence of the core numbers, but I want to digress so that I can explain the importance.
That's fine.
Now, there are epicycles, and I think you said we'll talk about them. The cycles of one's life. These are periods, pinnacles, and personal years. Yeah. So now, when you come to the personal years, these are 9 years cycle of everyone. Everyone goes through cycles of 9 years since birth, from birth till death. After 9 years, you begin the first year to the 9th year.
Yeah.
So the year is not calculated in isolation. The personal year is calculated using beginning with the month of birth, plus the date of birth, plus the current year. So, for example, let's use your month of birth is?
Month of birth, November.
November, plus the birthday?
12.
So 12 is 3. So November 11 plus 3, that is?
14.
And the current year, 2025, is 9.
9.
So 14 plus 9 gives us 23. So 2 plus 3 is 5. So you will be governed in 2025, you are in your personal year 5. So personal year 5 is about communication, is about some changes coming into your life, probably changes which will alter the next course of the 4 years remaining, and probably change. A minute change could create a cycle of other changes, and you're feeling free from last year, which could have been a lot of detail, dealing with practicality, dealing with the future, and teaching. So this year, you wanted to break a bit free from the past, and being boxed, because 4 can be can box someone. Now, this is the 5th year. You want to be free. You want to communicate. You want to travel. You want to see new things. You want to meet unusual people, see unusual places. So the year is not calculated in isolation. Of course, there are other things like the Chinese year in relation to your year. But now, talking of numerology, there is now another thing called the essence. The essence is calculated using your name, the name given at birth. So you plot the numbers in a graph, in columns. If you have 3 names, you plot the numbers in 3 columns from the date of birth using the 3 names. So if your name is Miriam, like you are, so you plot from the year of birth, M is 4. So you list M. I is 9. So I 9 times, up to the present year, all the names. So at the particular year you are looking, you look at the three letters coinciding and get the total. So when you get the total will reflect a kind of a behind the scenes of what's happening. And then that total also comes from another thing called the transits. Now, these are the three letters giving us the total of the essence. So now, you realize now, the reason I'm saying I am taking this long route to explain is for me to get back at why the first name is very important. I got I got one client a while back. She's a friend of mine, an actress, and she really didn't know. There was a push and pull of what year she was born. Because when she tries to gauge her life with her cousins, and when what is written in the birth certificate, and what her mom says, and what her aunties say, they are all conflicting. So what to do? We had to plot to use the name given at birth to plot the different years which are causing the conflicts.
What conflicts was she going through, for example, like practically?
Okay, not really conflict. The conflict were about her growing with some of her cousins being in the same class. While the cousins, for example, if I grow with a cousin, and my cousin, for example, I'm born in 1990, and my cousin is born on 1993 or 1994, and we're in the same class, and there's confusion about my year of birth, it will really create conflict, because I'm wondering, I'm supposed to be the age of this cousin, right? Especially if there's someone saying that is not your year of birth.
Okay, I get it. I thought it was like implication on like her career or something.
Yeah. So now, of course, there's that conflict, which now can be looked in through the chart. So we plotted the different. We plotted the different years of birth, the 3 years she was being told, and used her name. So one of the essence was talking about independence. The current year, especially now, the 3 years back. So the essence can show conflict in your life. Can show, for example, you have an essence of 16. This is 7. So there is some form of difficulty with soul searching. It's a kind of a what we call dark night of the soul. You are experiencing something you cannot put your hand on, a difficulty you cannot put your hand on, your finger on, and it's creating you. It's bringing forth memories, past trauma, and all that. So it's helping you heal. As much as it is a difficulty, it is there to help you heal. So if we see that on the essence, and we are trying to get your year of birth, and you are not exactly facing that,
you know that's not the year.
Then we know that's not the year.
That's so cool.
So we arrived at a point where, and it's me who's asking the question, so that it doesn't seem like she's prompting for us to be directed to a particular year. We want to be as very honest, as accurate as possible. So I looked at another one of the other year and asked, did you travel? Did you make quite some travels and where there are difficulties with associates and difficulties with money. So I asked different questions until we arrived at a point where really this is the year. I was looking at the current year and the current year plus 2 years before.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So if I look at, say, for example, the column we've created for 1990, we look at the current year plus the 2 years back. For all the 3 different years she's having conflict about.
Yeah, I get it. It makes sense. Like if we were looking for my year 91 and you asked me, we are looking at 2025 and you asked the questions for that year of essence and you asked, did you travel? Did you start something new? And then was last year a boxed year? Did you do things which are calculated? I'm like, yes. Then we'll know it's 1991.
Yes.
I get it.
So now, you see now the name, the original name is helping us get the actual
Why is
year
it complicated though? Is there an app for this? Is there an app that you use so you calculate manually?
There are many apps you can use to get your essence.
Yeah.
But now the challenge is that you only get the essence. It is not showing you that route.
And I have a question. When you say the name, so my certificate is Rose Miriam Wanjeri Ndishu. Does the sequence matter? Because now I've switched, it's Miriam Rose. And do I use the surname Ndishu? Does that matter, the surname?
Now, what in your case, it won't matter as such. But now, what's the first name?
Rose. It's Rose Miriam.
The first name is in the
birth certificate?
Yeah.
Yes, Rose
the
is
name
the first
you were
name.
given as the first name.
They
Rose.
wrote Rose, then Miriam,
Yeah.
then Wanjeri, and then Ndishu.
So Rose now becomes, whether you change it or not, becomes your growth number.
That is so annoying.
No. It's not annoying. Look at it through the lenses that this is your karmic code.
Okay, fine.
You chose it.
Probably.
I've met people telling me I hate my English name.
Yeah, yes.
I really vibrate with my African name.
Yeah.
But your English name, it don't matter whether it's English or whether it's African or whether it's Chinese, whichever name. It's the vibration of the name that matters. And remember, you chose it as a code to ascend. Is it ascending or to ascend to this realm?
Descend.
To descend to this realm, so that it can help you with your progress. Remember, we are in a denser realm. We reincarnate into this particular realm for the sole purpose of growth.
Yes.
Spiritual growth, so that we can meet our higher self and no longer need to be in this physical realm. And that's why the analogy of carry your cross. When Christ says, carry your cross, the human body is literally created like a cross. And you have to come back here to carry your cross. Your cross is now your karma. So that now your name is a part of your karma. You choose your name before coming to this particular world.
Okay. So
now
first
Rose
name matters.
becomes your growth number in numerology. So Rose stands at the gate of your name. It gives the energy through which, it gives the vibrations through which you will expand the horizons of your experiences. Okay?
Yes.
So Rose is, R is 9, O is 6. Now these are under Pythagorean. Rose is 9, O is 6, that is 15. S is 1, 16.
17.
Huh?
No, 16. 16, yeah. 16.
Yeah, 16.
E.
E is 5, 21.
21, 3.
So this simply means in order for you to grow spiritually, physically, consciously, you have to employ the energy, the frequency of 3. And when 3 comes as your first name, it says that you have to employ optimism. You have to be very optimistic in life. Whenever you are in group situation, you have to be the one injecting optimism. Guys, hakuna noma. Hiki tutatufanya. Let's go. You have to be the one injecting optimism in all all situations.
Okay.
You depart from optimism
Life
and
becomes
enthusiasm,
hard.
life becomes hard for you.
They should tell us this when we are in school. Ningeambiwa hivi kitambo. Okay.
Yeah.
So that
so now I was where were we? We were in the importance of the name. Why the name, the original name, as in the birth certificate, the first name is consequential. So now coming back to that name is now where you get your soul urge, your inner desires.
Acha nikustop. Does the surname matter?
Yes, the
It still
surname
matters.
The surname matters because it comes with the vibrations of what you have inherited from the family.
So it matters even when someone, like a single parent, chooses not to give that child the name of the deadbeat father, for example.
Yes, it matters, and it is very consequential. I've seen guys, ladies changing out of anger, altering the birth certificate. It can be very consequential if you alter the birth certificate without proper knowledge. You can change it, and the original name still remains.
The vibration
still remains, but it's like taking the highway, for example, Thika Highway, and then when you change the name, you will still head through that Thika Highway, but now you cause a detour.
Upitie
Utawala all the way, so that you can arrive to your destination. So you can change a name for the better or for the worse.
We will get there.
Yeah.
I'll stop you, then we'll come back. Let's go back to the numbers, the soul urge.
So now the soul urge comes from the vowels of your name.
Yeah, continue.
These are your inner desires. It shows what is truly in your heart, what your soul truly desires. And if you pursue that, you will be truly happy. And then now come the personality from the consonants of your name, the total of the consonants of your name. Now that shows the mask you present to people, or how people see you at first. You get me?
Yeah.
So this can influence even the colors you choose to wear subconsciously. If, for example, you have a personality of 5, so you will come out as this very colorful person who walks into a place with flair and pomp. That is 5. And people will tend to see you vibrating. And that could also mean gratification of sensuality.
Like you like sensual pleasures.
Yeah, following sensual pleasures, travel, all that, but gratifying now the sex, alcohol, drinks. And so whenever 5 appears, it means a sense of freedom. So it is upon you to measure the freedom, lest it becomes your Waterloo. So now that is the personality.
Personality.
Yeah, and then the birthday. So that is in respect to the importance. But now when you come to the Chaldean, the importance switches. The order of importance switches. And so the birthday takes precedence, followed by the the life path, which now in this case is called the destiny number, and then the name number. Those three become the most important numbers. So now when you talk of core numbers, they tell us a lot about you, and they can even tell us about the conflicts in your life and the difficulties. For example, you have a 9 life path, and your name totals into 9. 9 is this number of compassion and a humanitarian, a person gifted highly in creative resource, leader, anger, forgiveness. So it is a combination of all these numbers, and then it has a sense of completion. So now when you have this as your life path, remember now the life path becomes the lesson you're supposed to learn. Now, you can have an expression of 9. So this now means you have 2 9s in your core. So you begin feeling your compassionate nature starts becoming difficult, a challenge to you, because you are giving. Now you begin giving too much until you are resentful of the giving.
Wow.
Now the 9 becomes an overload. So unless you are able to learn to earn, to become independent and earn money, because you cannot depart from giving.
Oh, wow.
You will not depart from giving. So the solution is to become this very independent person who can earn a lot, and in that way can have much to give.
Like a philanthropist.
Yes.
So that's why maybe sometimes those very wealthy people could have those 9s. So they have so much money and then they keep giving.
Yes.
Alafu uko huku unajiquit na yeye.
Yes.
Okay, that pretty much makes sense.
Sometimes you can have a number like, for example, number 3, number 1 as a life path, and then you have number 2 as a name. Here comes another big conflict. One wants you to be at the forefront, to lead, to take charge, to be dominant. And then the 2, remember the name is your natural abilities, which are supposed to aid you in your life path. So now the 2 is the number of relation, cooperation. And when relating and cooperating, you cannot be the leader.
Oh, yeah.
When you sit at the throne,
Yeah.
as a 2, you create confusion.
Interesting.
2 is the number of diplomats, and diplomats are always answerable
To the king.
to the king. When 2 sits on the throne, they create confusion. When they sit behind the throne, they see the bigger picture. So now you see the conflict.
So what do you do?
So what you do in this case is now you take something called you subtract the numbers.
You, the numerologist, or me, the owner of the conflict?
Whoever, if you know like now we are telling guys, like
Okay.
if you have that challenge, for example, you have 9 minus, you have that 9, and you have 9 as the name. So 9 minus 9 is 0. So 0 means you must continue on that line, because people will keep coming to you.
Gosh.
Strangers will keep coming to you for help. And by you helping, it will help you more than it will even help the one you are helping.
Okay.
So, besides you being independent and knowing how to earn and becoming your own person so that you can now earn more so that you can give.
Yes.
You must be now more giving.
Okay.
Now, when it is about 2 minus 1,
1.
you get 1. So it is telling you now you have to override the 2. So that you try to be as much independent as possible, so that you pursue your life path.
But why would you come with a conflict? What is it? Like, why can't I just do 1, 1, 2, 2, 9, 9? What is this? Why did I have to do conflicting codes? Like, what's the point if I will have to come to minus? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we don't always get the chance of having a numerologist in life. So what we do is we use our intuition. We are guided by we are all blessed with intuition one way or another. So we use our intuition to our best abilities to help us through our conflicts. It's not only conflict of numbers in life. There's conflict even job. Even in your job, there is conflict, and you have to know how to handle the conflict. Now, in your personal numerology chart, it's a conflict you will have to deal with one or another, whether you know it or don't. Like, for example, you may be a life path 7 and a birthday 3. So in this case, you find yourself. This is where now you are called an ambivert. Because now the life path 7, sometimes you'd wish to be more alone. You're more comfortable when alone and doing your own things and analyzing the world, traveling to see places alone, climbing mountains and all, taking long walks. But the 3 wants you amongst the people
to inspire them.
Yeah.
And
so in this case, you subtract the 7 minus 3.
I get a 4.
You get a 4. So now the 4 tells you that you must have order in your life.
God.
You must create order. Order will aid you a lot in achieving whatever it is you'll achieve as a 7 or as a 3.
That's interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. So if your life is chaotic,
wow.
If you can't, for example, have a neat bed or a neat office, you'll have mess in your life. You will neither achieve the 7 nor achieve the 3.
Yeah. That's pretty straightforward. It's very logical.
Yeah.
And very clear. And I can see it in myself. Okay. That is cool.
Oh, that's...
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were doing it intentionally. The
No,
7
no.
and the 3.
No.
You were not? It's me. 7 and 3. 7 life path and 3 birthday.
Yeah.
And 4 is exactly literally what I'm feeling like getting into right now. I've been looking for structure because I know structurelessness makes me very chaotic and I don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So I actually thought you were doing it intentionally.
Yeah. Until you have structure in your life, and structure begins right from the time you wake up to the time you come back to your bed.
Yeah, I have better days when they are structured.
Yeah,
right.
You'll realize you'll have better days when they are structured rather than just being on a free mode.
Yeah.
Free mode will create chaos for you.
I accomplish nothing. Nothing gets done. It's you're
and at
so
the end
on point.
You become resentful of the day.
Yeah, and I don't become productive, so I don't even. You know what? You are 100% right. If you needed validation, I'm giving it to you, and I didn't even know. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, that's helpful. Now I see the importance of the codes being different numbers.
Now,
so that
when
they
you
can
have
help you.
1 and 1, 1 in your life path, and 1 in your name, or probably in your soul urge, you might become an extremely dominant person, a dominating person that your dominance actually becomes your obstruction to growth. You're always dominating people. You're always aggressive. And that in itself begins creating problems for you. If, for example, you have 8 and 8, you become so aggressively materialistic, so that you cannot see any. You're always looking at lenses, at life through material lenses. What can I get from this deal? What can I get from this friendship? What can how can I benefit from this venture? You are always, of course, life, man must live, but now your road becomes now material. So the solution is now to realize there is more than material, and you depart from, you kind of take a detour into the spiritual world. You start taking long walks, long drives, meditation, that will create a balance from the extreme materialistic world. So now, this now becomes, your core now becomes like a dance, a cosmic dance of numbers.
You make it sound so cool. Okay, now let's talk about changing names. Changing names.
Yeah.
Like changing your surname or changing... Is it changing a whole name the same as changing like the spelling, like the way you changed my name?
Yeah, there's name correction and there's name change.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like there's like how you can, and I've seen this especially in the not Kikuyus. Which tribe does that? Which tribe does take the wife comes and adopts the name of like the Taitas, the Taita. I think they tend to adopt, the wife adopts the family name.
Like if someone got married into mine, they'd take Ndishu.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now, and you find that the name is not necessarily the father's.
It's the name of the clan.
It's the name of the great-great-grandfather. It's the family name.
Okay, like Koigi for us. Okay.
Yeah. Now, and also Asian, the Asian community.
Yes, like Shah or Patel or I don't know who.
Yeah.
Ah.
On one end, when you change your name, when you alter your name into your new family's name, your husband's name, it will help you sync with this family.
The vibrations of that family.
Yes. But on another note, it can create conflict for you. It's a duality. In this case, it's a duality. It can either create a difficulty in you. You can end up taking a name which is in opposition to your
own name,
to your date of birth or to your life path. We are looking at things in regard to the date of birth and the life path. So, for example, if you had a name, for example, you have a name of, you get a name, you are psychic 3. Now, the psychic number is the driver number. The psychic number is a birthday.
Okay.
So, just to let it be known so that when I mention psychic number, they know it's a birthday. So you can be, for example, psychic number 3. And you take a new name, and the total of the new name is 6. So this 6 will it will be in opposition. So while 6 is in unison in Pythagorean numerology, is in unison with the 3. Now, when you look at the Chaldean, I tend to use the Chaldean to find more depth in a name. So when the name totals into 6 in Chaldean, you see 3 is about spirituality, growth, knowledge. It's Jupiter. And then 6 is Venus, luxury, travel, material. So these numbers start to pull apart.
Okay.
3 is quick, strategist, very quick. 6, usiniharakishe, is the soft life ambassador.
Yeah.
It's the number of the material, the world. That's why it's called, the 6 is the Venus is, or tends to be called the devil, number of the devil.
666.
Not the devil in the essence of evil, but simply because the devil rules, the analogy of the devil ruling material. And 3, gurus, god of gurus. Even in Jupiter in Greek was known as god of the, was it god of knowledge or something sort of?
Who?
Jupiter. Now, these 2 energies will tend to pull apart. And so your life will start feeling like a drudge. Like you've been dragged. You've been in a your life is not centered. You're in a place you are not really sure of what's next. And this will happen if, for example, you are a birthday 3 and you get married to a birthday 6.
Wow.
There will always be that conflict of interest. So now, your question was about changing names and changing, as well as altering your name. Change is where now you change your name entirely. You are now a new person, and people begin knowing you as the new person. So this change can either bring, if it's in a family setup, can either bring conflict, new conflict. Like kuna watu naona walizaliwa, waliolewa, and then all of a sudden they became strangers to you. It's not that marriage is a strange thing and that people must
Drift apart.
But the name, the marriage name, brought a bit or a high conflict in their life, so that you can no longer understand them.
Yeah.
It's still the numbers ruling.
Yeah.
And this person can also be married to a person who creates conflict to them in regard to the conflict, just like I've said, 6 and 3.
Yeah.
How they can be so much conflicted. Like, for example, a person can be number 2 and another person can be, for example, number 9. Number 9 is Mars. Commander, fire. Number 2 is the moon. So unapata mmoja ni kama anazima mwingine. It's not always the case because like I've said, you don't look at the numbers in isolation. There is the Chinese compatibility of this number and that number. There is the Chaldean compatibility and so on. Now, if you are feeling that change, you are feeling that you are not vibrating in the manner you're supposed to vibrate, like you're not in accordance with your journey. This is where now a person can take a name correction. Now, name correction will happen with the name you use, the name you are usually called. Unless you are willing to now entirely change the name and put an iron fist and let it be known that this is my new name. And you must be very careful with names because, like, for example, I've heard people, like, for example, an example is Christian, and let's take an example of Caroline. I've heard people like unaitwa Caro, somebody Caroline, and then people start calling you Caro.
Oh my God.
You must be very careful because that Carol has a different vibration which could create, and then you adopt the Caro. Now you start introducing yourself, I'm Caro, Caro, and you accept that Caro. That Caro could actually be your Waterloo. It could be the source of your difficulties. You see, names are identity. And what constitutes an identity? What constitutes an identity is more than the aesthetics of that name, how it sounds. You see, people like to call themselves Jaden, and they love the sound of that Jaden. But then there's the metaphysical vibrations of those letters and the meanings, the meaning behind that Jaden. Is it okay with you? Is it pushing you forward or pulling you back? So we must be very careful of people shortening your name for their own convenience.
Where? That is crazy. That's crazy. Okay, so correction.
Yeah. Now, correction, sometimes, many a times you find that you are, and especially your first name. Your first name is very powerful, as well as the total of your full name. I'll take I like using examples which are out there.
Yeah.
So let's take the example of a Vibes Cartel. You know Vibes Cartel?
Who doesn't know Vibes Cartel?
So Vibes
You
Cartel
should
is
know
this mega superstar.
Yeah.
And Vibes Cartel totals into 33 and the Chaldean numerology. So 33 is one of the most powerful numbers in terms of fame, worldly materials, and anything you can think of. You see this man, he comes out of prison and is this major star. The whole world wants to see him.
Even before he went to prison, we were
before he went to
all
prison,
over him.
He bleached and people were bleaching.
We were so
and
crazy.
People were fighting, people were creating Gaza towns in all over the world. Because he's now the Don. He's this person who controls the world through his persona.
The vibration.
But now when you look at Vibes, the first name is 16. Now 16 is the number of crucifixion.
Oy.
You will be crucified. It becomes like a disaster. There's always something waiting to happen in your life when you have a 16 as the first name. I have a couple of examples. I don't think it will be wise to say the examples on air, but there's a couple of examples of the names we have as a 16, the common names. Now, when his Vibes is still this megastar, superstar, but he will have to be crucified.
Wow.
He'll have to go to prison. He'll have to have that puffed sickness. He'll have to have something crucifying him. Even if he's still this famous person, this wealthy person, this superstar. That's why the first name has to be very right with the driver number, with the psychic number, as well as the birthday, the life. You see, when you're looking at the names, and even numbers of places and things, that's now where Chaldean comes in, because now we look at the compound numbers rather than just 3. Is it a 3 of 12? Is it a 3 of 21? Is it a 3 of 30? Is it a 3 of 39? Like, for example, if you get a person with the name of 3 of 39, this person will tend to have an energy where they don't get credited for their own work.
Wow.
They will usually be bypassed for their own efforts. You see? If we get a 9, for example, of 36, a 9 of 36 will make a person wealthy, live in mansions. But that conflict of 3 and 6 will create disloyalty, especially from family members, will create family drama, and especially drama from your close people, where you will be betrayed by people who you trust. There will always be some kind of drama, although you are living a life of opulence, and especially if it is in vibration with both numbers. Because if it is not, then it will create more problems rather than just the disloyalty. So there are numbers which can. I was talking of looking at the compound numbers. What do they mean? All the way, the compound numbers from number 3 all the way to 108. Any number, 72, 56. This person is 11. So when we talk of 2, we are talking of a person with the name totaling to 11. The next is 20, 29, 30, 38. 29 is another problematic number. The name you use the most under Chaldean should not total to 29 under all circumstances. And just an advice, at no given time, whether Mercury retrograde is on or not, should you take major decisions like marriage, contract, whatever it is, on any date 29th.
Even your birthday. Like, don't get married when you're 29.
Yes. No, not 29 the years.
Okay, just dates.
The date 29th. It can create chaos, a lot of chaos for you. So 20, and even your name should not total. I have a couple of examples. It's only that I feel like if I let out the examples,
you can use hypothetical names.
I'll be putting people on the spot. But if you look at people named Christine, for example, Christine totals to 29. These people will have a lot of drama in their life. And the drama will be coming from close people. And they will face a lot of losses. It will always be one loss and another coming from people they trust.
Wow.
If you look at a name like Tracy with a Y, Betty, what other name? I'm trying to look, like the names commonly used. That name is 16. So, Tina with a H. There'll always be something waiting or frustration, deep frustration from birth. Calamities, sicknesses, danger. Japan is 16. And although 16 is a 7, which means Japan is technologically gifted, because 7 is also the number of analysis and great understanding. So you can see a lot of electronics come from Japan. The car in front is always a Toyota.
Yeah.
And
But they have the highest suicide rates. They are the ones getting bombed.
suicides.
Mashida too.
There's
Yes,
suicides
someone
in
told me that.
Japan.
Yeah.
What I know is that in Japan, there's always a catastrophe in waiting.
There's
If
always
it's not a
something.
tsunami, it's a nuclear facility has exploded. It's floods. It's an earthquake.
Yeah. And now that suicide thing.
Yeah.
So Japan could either change its name or alter its name. Let's say like add a Y or something.
Yeah, Japan could alter its name.
Mm-hmm.
And probably get
A different vibration. Okay.
Look at countries. Myanmar before it changed its name. I think Myanmar, Bangladesh. Look at countries which have changed their names. There are countries which have changed their names and become crucified.
Can we change our name so that we stop getting... It was called Burma.
Yeah. Burma before Myanmar was... I don't know the total of that name, but before they were the country producing the rice in most quantities, tourist destination and all that. But now it has become a military-ruled country.
Even the vibration, the name just sounds very heavy.
Yeah.
Very heavy. Can we... What's our Kenya?
The total,
what is it?
The total of Kenya, I think in Chaldean, the total of Kenya in Pythagorean is, I think it's 7. No, not 7. 20. K is 2, E5, that is 7, N, 12, Y, 7, that is 19, and A, 1, that is 20. So now Kenya, in Pythagorean numerology, has this expression of diplomacy, relation. It is a country where people come to relate. It is a country which relates with others. It is a country, and in fact, on the diplomatic front, and I think I said it earlier elsewhere, on the diplomatic front, look at the Republic of Somalia was negotiated right in Kenya. South Sudan, even their flag has a semblance with the Kenyan flag. If you look at nations like Burundi, they are selling things in the street. Rwandans, they are here. It is a hub. Kenyan, it's a hub for refugees. Like, it's that too vibration of relating and cooperating. Even the United Nations,
they want to be here.
Headquarters, the whole of Africa, it's right in Kenya. Okay, it's aside from the politics surrounding UN, it's the symbol of world diplomacy.
That's true.
And
what about Chaldean?
Chaldean Kenya totals to 14. K is 2, E is 5, N is 5, that is
12.
Y is 1,
13.
and A is 1.
14 to 5.
So Kenya is 14. So Kenya becomes, 14 is a fortunate number.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a very fortunate number, and especially in terms of selling and merchandise. So it becomes uncommunicating, and that 5 freedoms. Nothing can come between Kenyans and their freedom.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. So the vibration of a country can affect the vibration of a people. So it's no mistake that I am Kenyan and not Rwandese. That's a thing.
Yes, on a background, it will set a background tone of your relation with others, and that's why you find Kenyans, wherever they are, they always have a certain persona of freedom, outgoing, and a business persona. Whenever they are in the world, Kenyans have that. Now, Wakenya, you see that stereotype of Kikuyu. Now it becomes the stereotype of the whole nation. Like they can be good in business and in managing. I recently saw somewhere that if you, like most African countries, and especially in the hospitality industries, they prefer to have Kenyan managers.
Interesting. I like that. That's a positive thing.
Because of that persona of relation, and as well as the merchandise, the selling.
Can that go to tribes, or let's say like Indians, the way Indians also we have the stereotype, or just the way they are conditioned to be, the Agikoyos are conditioned to be, the Luos are conditioned. Can that go down as that?
Yes.
Hey, okay.
Whenever these letters and spellings and dates of birth, there's always a code. Like, for example, if you have a pet born on the 8th, or with the life path of 8, if you have a pet, for example, a dog or a cat, that will be a very choosy pet. It will not eat just any food, and it will not eat from just any plate. It will be very strict with standards.
Interesting.
Even if you have a horse, number 8, be very strict with standards. If you have a pet born on the 1st, it will be a very independent pet. Like if it's a pack of, you have 4 of them, it will be like the king of them, and it will always want to sleep
on your bed,
or on its own bed, aside from the others.
So numerology affects everything.
Numerology is, if not the center, if you want to go to the moon, if you want to go to the space, we have to use numbers. If you want to go to the shop, you have to use numbers. If on your phone you want to call someone, you will use numbers. Everything is coded in numbers.
There's someone who said that even your phone number,
yes,
is
absolutely,
a signature.
Yes, your phone number could also be your difficulty. Like, for example, if you have a phone with number 9 as the total, it means that phone, for example, in Kenya we use M-Pesa. More will be coming out.
We are calculating my phone number after this, because what is this life, yo?
Yes, much money will be coming out of your phone rather than the amount coming in.
And vice versa. You can have a phone number. Do you know, I've remembered something. My Reiki practitioner friend told me that when she uses her assistant's number, when she uses her assistant to channel money, more money goes to her business than if she uses herself. In fact, I think that's the reason. There's
a likelihood that's the reason. And when you come to the nitty-gritties of the numbers, now this one is on a deeper level. Yeah. There are certain number combinations which are not good. Now, there are certain numbers which are absolutely not good. Like, for example, a combination of 18. This will be problematic I usually, sometimes I'm left out of words because we do not understand these kind of relationships. One is an enemy to age. Yet when it comes to marriage, one is a friend to age. But if you find, for example, if you find someone with a name, the first name being 18, 18 is a 9, just like 27,
Yeah.
all the way to 108. All those are 9s and different 9s. But 18 has a kind of obstruction, especially with the paternal figures or the male figures in your life. Like, I'm telling you now, you can buy a car with a total of 18. Or...
The number plates.
Yes. Or, and that happened, I had a cab driver, just 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. And the cab driver was telling me of his problems since he bought his that car. He was a high paid. He was highly paid as a security manager. And the moment he bought that car, things started spiraling from his life. Now, actually, we weren't on the car. He was just telling me his story, how he wanted to retire earlier. And then life started getting out of hand. So I was trying to wrap my head around maybe what could be the problem. We are not saying that numerology is mwarobaini. That it is the curative to all,
yes,
but it can point to the source of some difficulties. So I don't know what made me think of the car, and I told him, why did you choose to get out of that high-paying job to become a cab driver? Say, no, the car I bought just before I decided to retire, go for an early retirement. Oh, okay. So what's the number plate? We did the number plate, 18. Okay, so what's the relationship with your dad? Oh, I don't know. Since I retired, we have become...
Wacha.
And now the car is giving me losses. No, it wasn't the car he was driving. Now he was telling me about the car he had let go. And when that car was always on the mechanic. But when he sold it, they just found it's just the simplest thing he could have. And himself is also a mechanic. So there are some numbers which can create, 18 can come with that vibration of decline of divine grace, and then separation from your, if I have my daughter as 18, we will tend to be drifting apart as life goes, and then she will be asking what went wrong.
Yeah, because sometimes you can't even
pinpoint
what the problem is.
Yeah, but numerology has a way of pinpointing certain sources of difficulties in our life.
I'll take you back to the correction and the changing of the names. So like Tina Turner, you gave me that example, it never left my mind. Like she completely changed her name.
No, Tina Turner, I think it was her. Did we speak of Tina Turner?
I think you've never mentioned to me at some point when you were talking. No, we didn't talk about it last time. It's me you were telling about changing names completely.
Yeah, because what I know about Tina Turner is that she stuck with her husband's name.
Kama inaleta pesa, of course.
Yeah, because it was a brand name. But I think from the calculation of that name, it's a name which can also bring you losses. You can stick with a name which can be your Waterloo.
That makes sense.
Or you say, I love my African name. And then that African name becomes your problem. It's not about English or African names. It's about the vibration.
Vibration.
Because that English name, it's not your parents who gave you. Your parents were a conduit for you. You chose it before descending here.
Good point. So that's something people need to think about. So if, for example, I find that, let's say, Wanjeri Ndishu is not, it's not conducive for me, can I completely change it and call myself Wanjeri? I can't change my dad's name, no? Or I can, maybe Wanjeri Syokxx. We get married and I change it to your name, and Wanjiru now. Something like that. I'm just looking at the impact, even financially, of people who change, anyway, people who completely change a name or probably just adopt a name. I wanted to focus on the changing a name completely. Ukiona inakuletea shida, can you just change it?
There was another lady, I think it was in Kuna's church, a while back. I don't remember the name, but I remember the testimony. And that's a while back, almost 10 years ago or more than. And she was saying she changed her name entirely. And life changed.
Okay.
When you change your name entirely, remember there's always duality. Out of intuition or out of good karma, you can change a name without the necessity of a numerologist. But out of good karma.
Yeah.
Good karma is where now you get it from compassion. The Asian community has known two things to alter karma. There is the Tulsi plant. And that's one of the mystics I've wanted to really, because it's across the world. The Tulsi plant, the
Holy basil.
Holy basil. I think it's the one you're wearing.
This county, yeah. This.
Yeah. Now, and the second, and remember, Tulsi is used in different communities, even Kenyan communities. In Kamba, we call it mota. And when the Catholics, even the Catholic priests, they use it to bless the congregation. Even in a burial, there is when the coffin is laid out in the front, it's the Tulsi always used to sprinkle nini around the coffin. And the one which the father dips in the water and blesses or cleanses the vibration. Because it has... And this goes even in Brazil, even in... I saw another program. I was watching another program and a while back, and I saw... So it was these soaps. It was old soaps of Brazilian one. The main character was a musician, and he met calamities. He was meeting calamities with producers, coming across mob justice, coming across so much calamities. So his grandmother told him, get ready, we are going to meet another lady shaman. So they went to this shaman. And the lady instructed him to take off his clothes, remain with the boxer. And the lady took out this plant. I was so shocked. The same thing that happens in Kamba. And I was wondering, what is this mystical communication cutting across such a wide distance, Brazil and Kamba? And he was dipping the same plant, the holy basil, and cleansing him. In Kamba, it is called kumwambengo, ama kutolewa nuks, yani just... Yeah, if you've been, or if someone attempted suicide, they are taken through that ritual with holy basil and...
Interesting.
Or if someone is always being arrested, you get cleansed. It's called kumwambengu, removing handcuffs, that nuksia handcuffs. Now, holy basil. And the other one is compassion. Those two things are very powerful. When you are compassionate enough and just a good human being. Good is relative. But just being a good person to people, to animals, to plants, to anything that has life. And even when alone, just to be compassionate, that alone can alter your karma in ways you cannot know. It will create coinciding coincidences in your life which will make your life, which will alter the course of your life into the better. It will make you meet people who will change your life. It will make you take decisions which will alter your life, just like you can change a name for the better. But if you are a nasty person, you can even change a name, and that name brings you more problems.
It takes you to prison.
Yeah, by the way, there are names which are destined to take you to prison. Like if you have that name, it means that your life, at the end of your life, you will either be in prison or you will be under someone. You will be under the authority of someone, like you'll be a slave, or you will be working somewhere where you have no say. Someone is pressing down on you. That's how powerful names are. There are names which are very powerful, like if a person has such, like I've met people and seen their name and asked, do you possess extra sensory abilities? There are names which come with extrasensory abilities. Like a person is just able to astral travel without any difficulty. They are able to see the unseen. Like, for example, a person can just come here and just see spirits. There are spirits definitely here, and they are definitely not bad or good. It's maybe their path or whatever. But there's a person who has that ability, even in dates of birth. Like I've seen, and this is something I've seen from data. People born on the 15th, especially. People born on the 23rd. Of course, people born on 11th, the 29th, 11th or day 29th, they tend to have, that is a total, tend to have such abilities, metaphysical abilities of great intuition, having prophetic dreams, and all that. But now when it comes to numbers like, particular numbers like date 15, most, I'm not saying all, most will tend to have deja vu experiences in a frequent manner. And they will tend to see things. Like a person can just look at a wall and see an apparition.
Nice.
Or an apparition can. And for those who don't know, that can create depression for them.
Yes, for sure.
And those who, like for example, ile unaenda kuombewa shindwa pepo. So now you are fighting against yourself. So it does not mean that by shouting and by discarding this energy that it will go. It might still remain at the background, but because it is something you must live with, you will have to come to an agreement of how to live with your gifts. You cannot just pray your gifts off. And then 23. 23 is another powerful number which even helps people, can make people come into contact with ghosts and ancestors, and even control the spirits, like command the spirits.
Yeah, I've met people like that.
Yeah, so those people will either have a 23 somewhere or just even 18. 18 can have that ability of decline of divine grace, but it is very powerful in casting out demons and commanding. It is an energy, it is still mass, number 9. And it is very, it is quite aggressive than other 9s.
Mass
in the
is
spiritual,
very aggressive.
in the spiritual as well as if you find a person, like for example, Nganga. Pastor Nganga is 18.
Really?
Yes.
That makes sense.
And you can see him even to the extent of slapping his the congregation. And
wow.
you can see at the place he is,
oh my
his
God.
church, almost things have been demolished around. And he's still standing. And it's not that he is a friend to the government. He's actually an antagonist to the government.
Oh, interesting. Is there a number that is good for, you said we avoid 29 for business and work. Is there a favorable day? Like you can set appointments, put up meetings, go for interviews?
Yeah, everyone has...
or it's customized to everyone?
Yeah, every birthday has its customized
watu wakuongeleshe. I think mine is 3.
Yeah, you are birthday, you are psychic 3, right? Yeah, so yours is 3 days totaling to 3 or 9.
So that comes from your birthday number? That's how you can know your lucky numbers?
Yes, your lucky numbers come from your birthday numbers.
Okay. Okay. Anything else you want to add on this topic, which you can't ever finish?
We were to talk about Pinnacle, maybe another time.
I think we can. It's just 3 cycles.
There are several cycles which create a background tone on someone's life.
Let's talk about it. Actually, I wanted to ask. That's what nilikuwa nimeona.
Yeah.
Tuongelele mwenye nataka kusikiza sikize.
So now, just before I go to the cycles, I want to remind people, I don't know if last time we did it, but let's do it, how to calculate your life path. So there's different ways to calculate your life path. There's the Chaldean, where you begin with the birth, where you begin with your birthday, the month, and the year of birth. So you get the total, and the total is your life path. But now, and I use all, but now there are some things which Chaldean takes precedence when I'm looking into them, and others where the Pythagorean takes precedence, and others where the Chinese. I always use that combination of all, because now when we look at the Chinese, when we plot your date of birth in the Loshu grid, probably next time we are supposed to talk of the Loshu grid.
Okay.
Calculating your name the Chinese way.
Yes.
And then when we come to the Pythagorean, it comes in hand when you want to know your cycles. Now, what are these cycles and how to calculate the proper way in Pythagorean? Now, in Pythagorean, you begin with your month of birth, followed by the date of birth, and then the year. So now, for example, which date should we use?
Mine.
Yes, yours.
Month, November. 11, 12. 91.
1991. So when you calculating using Pythagorean, you don't reduce master numbers. Master numbers are 11 and 22. 33 can come as a total of the name. The other numbers like 44, 55, those are called power numbers. Master numbers end on 33. Now, but it's difficult to get 33 maybe in the year. Now, 11 is a master number, so we don't touch it. 12 is 1 plus 2, 3. So it becomes psychic 3. 1991 is 2. So 11 plus 3? 14 plus 2? 16. So your life path is 7.
Yeah.
The reason, there's a couple of reasons we use we say this is a correct way to do it. Because from that order, you get one thing called the challenge number. Everyone has a challenge number, which is like another code, a secret to success. And it is also good to find, especially if you have children, to find their challenge numbers, as well as your own challenge number. Let's find your challenge number. And imagine all these numbers, all these codes are like, they are personas, different personas of our life, which God or the creative life source has given us as an opportunity to rewire ourselves or correct something out of place in our life. For example, now, I was talking of the reasons why. The first is the challenge number. The second is finding the pinnacles. The third is finding the periods. So the periods are the three major, the longest cycles you can have in life. So your birthday becomes the first period. Your birth month becomes the first period. Your birthday becomes the second period. It's like your maturity becomes the second period. Your year becomes the third period. So now, as 11 as a first period means that between 0 you are a life path 3. So
7 life path.
7. So it means around between 0 to around 20 something or 30 years. 11 was ruling your first period. And because 11 is strong for a young person, we will reduce it to 2. When it comes to the birthday or the year, it makes sense. But of course, we can also look at it as 11 as a first period. So it means a sensitive child. And an emotional child. Who could cry at a moment's
I used to cry
notice.
so much.
And for many people, you might find an overbearing mother. Or the father lives or works away from home. Or for many people, their life as a stepmother. These are children born on February or November. They usually have stepmothers or overbearing mothers. Or the most influence from their life comes from
their mom.
Yeah,
my mom.
And when I talk of overbearing mother, is that mother who will even direct your career. You need to do this. This is the best career for you. Or a disciplinarian or something. That now is 11 or 2. And then as you grow up, you start becoming sensitive to others, to people, to places. Your senses are heightened. And then because it's 11, as you reach past 25, you start getting interested in metaphysical stuff. Things beyond, you want to understand things beyond the physical.
It's like mathematics, it's like logic.
And there's also another form of numerology. When you come to destiny matrix or even when we look at these numbers independently, like now your birth month becomes your karma number. So your 11 means you might be overemphasizing how you look, the cars you want to drive.
There's a Maserati down there that I want.
The mansions you want.
It's true.
To live in.
It's so true.
And then out of that, you might find you becoming a different tester of different metaphysical paths. You want to be a healer in this. You want to be a palm reader. You want to be a psychic healer. You want to be a pranic healer. You must choose one discipline.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You see?
Yes.
So that becomes your first period. Now,
that's crazy.
The pinnacles, we've talked about the reasons. The reasons for that calculation is the periods, the challenge number, the pinnacles, as well as the total of your date of birth. The total of your the life path. We found 16 in your life path. So it is a karmic debt. So when you do it another way, you might miss the karmic date.
I see.
And that is consequential.
Yeah.
So the karmic date will tell us, the 16 will tell us a lot about what is happening in your life, the problems coming with that karmic date, and how to go about it. And the reason, I'm telling you, you are always being given codes here and there to live. Now let's look at your challenge number. The challenge number, and in this case we will look at the main challenge number, which is the third challenge number. So now you get your challenge number by, you subtract the birth month is 11. So in this case, this is the only time you are reducing the birth number, the master number. So 11 now becomes a 2 when you're doing the challenge number. So you minus 2 minus 3 or 3 minus 2, whichever. You get? 1. And then that becomes your first challenge. The second challenge, now this is in order of years, particular years, in respect to different life paths. Now the second challenge is the 3 of life path, of your date of birth, minus the year of birth. So 3 minus 2, 1.
Again.
So the third challenge, which is the main challenge, you minus the first and the second challenge, which is 1 minus 1. 0. So 0 becomes your main challenge. Now, let's look at do you want us to say something about the karmic debt?
Yes.
Now, the karmic debt in the life path says, in a past life, when 16 shows up, either in the birthday, in the life path, or even in the name or the soulage or the personality, it has something to say. So in the life path, it is more prominent, followed by the expression, followed by the soulage, and that way all the way to the birthday. So 16 says that in a past life, you were involved in illicit affairs which caused suffering to others.
That's true.
So now in this lifetime, the problems or the challenges which come up in your life is impermanence. Yani kutoko, ushe experience people just disappearing from your life for no particular reason.
Yeah, all the time.
Like a friend, you were so tight, you didn't argue, you didn't do anything to each other, they just disappear with no reason. Sometimes business losses, which you can't put a finger on, they just crumble. So the pinnacles, again, now are like the challenges, but instead of subtracting, we are adding. So the first pinnacle is...
Nataka tusimalize pinnacles so that we do it in the next one.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that
I would. Because it's going to be very, very long. So, plus, people need to stay tuned so that they learn. There's so much to learn, Jesus.
There's so much.
So, dear viewers and listeners, I hope you enjoyed this session, second episode of Numerology. I hope you've gotten something. If you want a numerology reading, please contact him. The description will have his contact information. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to write to us or ask him directly. He's also on TikTok, or you can just write in the comment section so that we can address it in the next episode. But for now, bye.